Kotoka International Airport. Yes, it's a dinner. Nama yes, say besa enye ni Kwame Nkrumah Airport. Ana enye Accra International Airport. Minim wadwin. Ntino otu betimi a kire wadwin. The number is 0553052363. 0553052363. Ntimi hye no so. Enche bia no. Yo ma wakonya na so ma kire wadwin. Efa this particular proposal. Abai edida bill eko parliament. Ntino eno so no yo ni aiku to former attorney general na oye ga adangwe o si debi ne say Kumasi International Airport dia they adena Accra de no so no yemfan to with somebody who is also done a lot for the country, who is also a ga adangwe. Yes, ono so no ni suggestion no and honorable Afenyo King, the minority leader, also debi usha the money we in terms of contribution I before so in one of the things that they have also done that we can also acknowledge any edina a better Kotoka International Airport in the Ankebea and Wohosa, so that the airways will also be factored in our national discourse. We any discussions are minimum waging tinusu betimi afre na watch watching on this particular issue. But in the meantime, yeri newspaper review headlines Eddie Bremuni die. Ye Sheikh Abekan Santino. Well, I crado ye be shasiye any ejumadi. Sheikh, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum.
Akwaba. Sheikh bi abako die.
Yesi.
Mashallah. Now, Eddie kind daily graphic or see 60 businesses dodge VATs. GRA unveils compliant tax force. Eto no de Ghana for dudo na eto kwa denye Ghana for dudo na omumpe eto no tua unless you do the needful and I say 1 year ho antata ho dia and pa say betua to pa dia people are reluctant and inti we any there daily graphic edit tuja enano pay GRE for mona omohwe taxes insem and omodi sasem we edi tuja into the front page headline McLean Kwafi hey edi there ono the story we by front page of the daily graphic. See, Ghana is losing significant revenue due to law compliance with the value added tax VAT, as only 40 out of every 100 assisted registered taxpayers companies currently honor their tax. Sheikh, na eto de say anka ni de anka ebeka say to be patriotic pa de anka say nyina hu say ube business dia e say otuato na de na ba sisi de GRE edis asem to dwa
yo medical yada Allah say wa ma and so abetuye na nro yada sorry baby body biara ambetuye ma me ka say woman be ko ejuma te say nia Baraka FM amusu o masa omo yo omo ejuma
Baraka FM
ochi and Baraka 98.7 FM station Emma for ordinary and common people. Baby omo somebody to me afa ayede ama yati womo ni omo so hawo. About tax in general. Me so my biara yati se womo tumpom biara no. Ukumwa na sa revenue o mine nya na odi ayede abu o mine ndi se eba no se womo esese womo tua womo tax na se so womo tua and the bed na yetumi abu o mine because we share a government aban sebi enye onipa bako dia na yakase ebia me company inti se company no mpo sika ni ho kwan a me meba fa so se ebia me nema bi na me kwa kotong na matumi ama company no survive but you see aban de eyobia na aban so ti se ne eken se ubetumi abu oman esese uhia sika a wo de betumi abu oman na hifa na oman no ebenya sika afi bebia oman no benya sika afi ye se bisa taxes ya eto yetua kakra nti se esese wo tua na se wantua na opese aban no ejuma no hifa na okobenya onko sika mfambra but when you look almost in Africa in general no yempe etotua Africa in general like before say eba no say esese otua etoa ono de ompe ntu be hu say company wo mu ye juma sebi wo mu nya sika ba ne esese wo mu tua otu esese wo mu tua ma ban no na wo mu doji the only near ya nso ne se aban no ankasa nso a esese ono no obegina ne nan so agi eto no nso no ono nso at the same thing on Kenya ne ho engi eto no especially se o hwe aban officer ana wo mo ayedi eto gi ehye wo mo se na ya gi yare Ghana Revenue Authority enne se wo mo ti kuro foforo so enye se wo mo ti bebia wo mo ti Ghana haya nso I don't know why senior esese wo mo ti eto no yeni nenti a wo mu ntumi enyesa se wo mu gi ena wo mu mfamba ana de bi wo mu sheda na wo mu nkoji se na ebe ya ombe hu on back door ana de nti I think say it is some say aban no ombo money na omma eto gi no your friend is saying oh ye you see
who say abia no so no ye Ghana for and I say we are not trying to be you are not trying to be good citizen enema this particular issue here eba because se pass yenim se betimi achichiri eman ayi pa de a sika na nyina betu kakra enna omodi chichiri oman no na se ni nyina nso no ye pese yensan entatai ansana yetua dia which means yen share nye oman ba pasa.
Oh, but wouldn't say tax are yetua anytime biara sikara wo a wotua de be fi ho no eya enye enije na uditua imagine say na ye friend say wan kasa wako enye se tax mpo wako high dan na afena aso na efiura aba say obeji sika look the way you feel it what you say and I say oba na wakacho say yes you need school fees and fees be say into hwesani a wo feel you see biribiara eye say ubetua biara no eye na eye de what you say even yenyi tax asem hwe even electricity postpaid we no obi e betimi the bill amano maybe 1 year on try what you say electricity for ankenya wo ho anye se ombeba betwa light ana we a unye den untua na tax nso oni pa ko be ka se ono one render service bi amman na o ka so untua nti I think say I don't think say the citizens know they are not maybe
willing to pay,
but at least action be wa wo jisa sika no wona esese wo take that action no
na who say bibia ye do cry in terms of technology kwa there ma enye the normal ordinary convention way of taking taxes walking to the person's company since a registered company
you know something when you say Ghana ha only one more mutua tax pa
it's a public service.
Thank you.
Because there is kind of
control aban for woman no mutua tax because woman so anya so woman kasa na woman nanti sika no ba no ma kotua o de bi indirectly na sika no aban betua no ni sika no aban no yi sika no from controller
Yeah.
ansana ya tuya no nti yentimi nye mechanism bi especially so ohwa the private sector no doorso
Yeah.
the private sector womo doorso sen and the public sector niemi kanina ni say aban adwumayefo no womo ndooso ti say senia ankrankran adwumayefo what you say company we bia yehwe companies a ankrankran dia sebi ebi company bi wo be kompo nipa 10 na ya fa company bi nipa but o kanyi na bom na wo de compare aban dwumayefo no a wo be hu say ankrankran dwumayefo no wo mo do so sen ye friend sen aban dwumayefo no but ankrankran dwumayefo no o mo tu tax ana
So
what I say inti anka aban no betumi aye mechanism bi for me you say anka ebeye ya every district
should be autonomous, should be on its own.
yes inti companies are ewo for example in Sawam Adwajiri no na yen no say obusum nu a you that company you don't pay them direct like
there should be a way.
There should be a way to be a commercial banker. Na ya instructing commercial bank no say womu di womusika no ansa na wodi beto wo ma account mu no wo betiti tax no ansa na wodi womusika no ato. In this case no the Ghana Revenue Authority they have to work maybe ka for in Sawam. Yam for the set say bia Blue Skies China company we ni ninki ka ho no a wo mo ye ankorankora adwuma no awa fa o me ate whatever the case no u betua wo ma bozum no na u betua wo ma man for sika no enhya wo nsam direct but kotu ya sika no wo commercial bank enu saa no mudi mrabeto wo say biara a company we o be for adwuma no onya for adwuma the law is go and open an account with their bank their bank ye commercial banker what you say say our bank near then they will ask them say the day ubenya wo your friend saying appointment letter no say ukobue and as they been put before your appointment letter will be issued to you no you have to go and open account and show proof that you have opened account with the bank then na say no Ghana Revenue Authority will work through the commercial bank say this company way wom workers no percent say na ye beti anasika say na ye te as tax inti no company no ya insult won say mo muntua wom direct e company they should go and give it to the commercial bank then the commercial bank will then also then transfer into their various account but the commercial bank should what deduct the tax what I say before the balance no ye dey there na afie no na commercial bank no so transfer sikano di ama GRA. You see I think say anka ebeye simple what I say and ebema say no ankora adwuma yefo no so mo so betumi aden let me tell you share your other way be ebeye onwa this like these artisans ninki ka no carpenter for mason for ninki ka say ukohu say onipa kwa ba adwuma mu na o charge adwuma bi a ebeye onwa mpo say obi wo ho mpo asabi okita the first degree mpo on to mean yes as can but all those people no they don't pay tax they don't pay tax
they are supposed to pay but
they are supposed to pay and also coin ben so na SSA yemfa anka simple why is it I didn't think you introduce decentralization for example up to even unit committee so unit committees are there say omonso no like omonso you see this unit committee only say unit committee in Tiawa but aban no betumi all the mechanism bi abasa say bia so mo say you see dan bi was then you go there. You see, is it contractor B? And obedi yes a contractor and so omo tuya we say na contractor na direct way bia. The okwan be so na omo so metuya bi. Bia omo yesa na income ba obetumi amount commission. What you say?
Yeah. Daily Graphic, because the president orders probe into alleged scholarship corruption. Omo a ensem fata se omanya sa akonya no akosua de no. Omo mum e na omonya. Nti we esi man penny excellency Dodobani Mahama si enimini ya ese National Bureau of Investigation omo konsem no na omo checki nipa ye friend Mr. Kofi Nkansa mbodi ana omo ye investigation about this issue of scholarship. Check.
You see, this scholarship scandal say ya teabre.
Yeah.
Now me what I know about scholarship ni say it is another way of mine no de boy needy but brilliant students. What you say omuna yebe ma
Baraka FM.
Na your friend is saying omo so sebi omo tumi insua adin do
no umbe bo my Ghana.
But she says if yebe kaya last 2-3 years no there are this issue whereby woman scholarship in fact utie di no a ewo mu a na when say yakro bi na oman no edi what you say ekoye ma even MP our parliament mpo no so ma na scholarship
Ono ankasa
yo MP
no ono ntimi onni kwan ende sende
ena na eye won so MP no aye ma no sa scholarship no mpo no o san kita position e wa ban mu but o di scholarship o ko kan o se so no so citizen so no so citizen
that's
what I say. So this scholarship issue no there I made my opinion. And here say woman sign here a stakeholder meeting be. Say you improve you know. Me who say the positive way be but why? Because there are a lot of scandals there about ye prove by basing the yen.
yeah.
Ami kasa no asem no ese say yemfa court na wankasa on court procedures we any nkika ese anka omun sign call about what the constitution say about scholarship scheme scheme no na ese say ye den yem probe scheme no man improve nipa no they should probe the scheme itself but not those who are implementing the scheme. Say problem be was scheme no. Bia senia with the wording of that scheme no. And ebe change no ya ne clear. Now one kasa won so way dey bi near yeka. And you see the whole issue about who possess no ka say you have to apply online in kika emboa. I didn't think a woman decentralize scholarship scheme. No?
That's a major challenge.
When you decentralize the institution ben na SSA ono na yedi be fa ni so na yedi ape GS. It's about education. GS nso edua school solution asi. And they can give you to say GS say ebia abrochire mesano womunya key me education from my basic to second cycle to the tertiary no ebe popo out ombetumi ehun through my school no ninki ka no ombetumi finance me type be what you say can you imagine say fa no say ebia woma hu obidin wo district no ewo GHS wa perform well but womu key Ghana we no ma awomu nya school secondary school those students no a omo key din no wo Ghana hani na ni din ampopo. We can do that. Say the name Bobo, then they have to make sure they send the to omo address no as e may see way. Eba no say ya ho say oka brilliant students on what you say. Oka brilliant students on and looking at only results now onya ABC no na good. But ye key ni din ewo students wo mu ko secondary school no and popo up. So what is the problem? They can trace. Yeah. Or because of just 500 Ghana cedis minty. We have.
Yeah.
What I say? Yeah. The same thing ABA say a university. And the ABA the master's degree in Obeye. And now the university no be to me actually who qualifies.
Yeah.
But say obi be online, it says anyhow. Ese no kita eka ye protocol some protocols no so ka
scholarship so, the protocol kwane because sometimes come mutimi veti mutimi veti nkrofo because I know 3 years ago say you're one of our students very brilliant we winiba or a challenge person or a blind in fact sheik phone bia okuta bia no odi chen in something say yeah he will tell you he cannot see but he can tell you in out of the phone. He's gifted. Scholarship is a semi-year of Kumasi eba Accra ebe go through the process. Luckily for him, Omuveti, you know, there were 3, I said 4, including him, and I only the only challenge person. Out of these 3 or 4, I consider me. Ene ochina. Last hour, Obetino na Omafa nipa onukwa 1 performing. Out of the 4 no, they are 1 performing. Omo consider. Obebano, obeba rezi issue na. Omayano basa. Just transportation call the back cry is a problem.
So these are the things and I can say for say Odipakoti village be war Boku and omo say Ombra Accra. Ebi amikasa impono Okada mpa obefa from Nifia ko Boku station impono you see intra say
Baraka FM.
It's good to say the government but I think they should probe the scheme but not the
but the one can say I remember vividly the first stakeholder meetings are buying a year it was on education about free SHS and other considerations from here and I meet Kaipa a friend saying how is this honorable minister of education Oka said the issue of scholarship credit has been put on hold because officer the ekoso ho no in parliament for parliament or is that issue but minim the entia we and I say be a process our marshal say the dancer na or kasa say and minim
and me can say for say anka e idea ebe year they should prove the scheme na almost any stakeholder meeting for example every year bia no aban be ma scholarship level for say university level bia for example 1,000 no na woman chenu according to region region no so the umbecha according to the population what you say na yewia na yahwe every region ahina for example easy region omama 500 okay 500 you know how many districts in a according to the population in Nkikau normal teachers are na ayeba be hu so district for say na eburi in Sawam according to your friends saying we know our government wa no ebia yanya bako 20 no school no buru 20 the education we no be to me a design scheme be okay and the this year you be my school way ni school way you be my bako school way be my bako school nti next year no mo anya no emunya bi wo mo anya no eno sa no e be to me akọ down ma obiara at least ono nso benya ehon faso so I think say though man ka say probe no ebe probe no my ye but anka ma ende wo what you say
again 41 million Ghana cedis tag book research allowance arrears ready we honorable Haruna Idris Minister of Education and it is they have declared strike because of me see arrears ni kwa ye betua mo ama no omutua ye ba 2024 de omunsa anka ntino omumpese ombe din wo so eno so no ena say Dr. Graham yebekba eno no na ono so no de okan no na ye dia to job because of say enkomo omudi no sankan say omuma friends saying omo wages and salary commission omo hwem because no omo dinkita ho but omo nim de ntia omo declare strike yebeba ho eno enchire no so no Daily Graphic say Kotoka International Airport government rename Kotoka International Airport mo yankon enkotie honorable Ayarga emra odi essential for dinkita ho a ka kire omo about the various bills say parliament resume the 9th parliament resume those bills that they will be considered. One of those has to do with the change of the name of our airports. Kotoka International Airports to be changed. That's the proposal. Until the moment, the majority leader, yes, on a Boko Central MP,
by changing the name of our airport from Baraka International Airport to Accra International Airport. So a bill will be brought by the Minister for Transport for the name of the airport to be changed from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. So the Accra International Airport bill will also come, and then they will ask us to approve some international bilateral agreements and multilateral agreements for them. And Minister of Interior will continue to have the Security and Intelligence Agency bill considered by Parliament.
We are Honorable Mahama Ayarga and yes, we any day audit to and so minority leader, yes, Honorable Alexandra Afenyo Makin. On also say Debbie. On this issue, only omo enyaje. You know what we even heard earlier yesterday was that minority leader and in the group they entirely have to leave Parliament because of this issue. They are in Parliament but not to debate on the floor on this particular issue. And they are essential for a pager assembly. To moment the minority leader okay and Sani Akuti ni aiko to honor or former attorney general and then also a leading member of NPP momenti minority dancer.
But almost all of them, we took them by consensus, and in fact we approved them on record time because we took a view that we don't have to allow the ministry for civil servants to operate. Government needed to have the ministers to take responsibility, so we set a record time approval for them, which has never happened in our Fourth Republic. Again, if you look at most of the bills that came through regular channels, we cooperated with them through winnowing, through amendment on the floor to take them by consensus. Government programs that came, we raised our critical issues, but we were not obstructive. We understand the fact that governance must have a seamless, space, but at the same time, we must not yield to our duty to scrutinize. Has condemned some of our governance staff. They themselves, in 1 year in office, we have not seen any major shifts in terms of governance. Apart from the gold board that they've established, which is helping to stabilize the city because now they are trying to centralize the purchase of gold and all. Other sectors, agriculture, there hasn't been any major investment. Look at their budget 2026. And then also, if you look at their own flagship program, the 24-hour economy, they say 1 job, 3 shifts. We've not seen much in that area. So we pray that we'll see a comprehensive policy direction that would lead to real-time.
We are Honorable Alexandra Afenyo Maki. Okasa, but when you the crowd me pese yeti nti mo man ko na nkutie no eno efa airport the name change kiaye
name Kotoka International Airport, Accra is already there. Accra is already there, so you don't need to remove Kotoka's name from there. So if you come to Accra or even in the country, How many prominent Voltarians have their names on national assets or national monuments? This is the only thing the people of Volta region can also at least see as something that recognizes heroism from the Volta region. And that one too, they are being denied. Well,
we Honorable Alexander Finyomaki. In the daily guidance, we see government to rename Kotoka International Airport, reshuffle hit police service, anti-LGBTQ bill, NDC makes U-turn minority, and I must say attributing to Honorable Alexander Finyomaki. Otunfo goes on vacation abroad. SkyTrain witness accused of saving own scheme. The custodian newspaper, the MPP major battles to win back trust of Ghanaians. We air Honorable Kojo Opon Nkrumah. That's the custodian newspaper. NPP MPs pledge full support for Bawumia. Yes, and also you could see the MPs, His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic, former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, as the leading presidential, the honor leading MPP into the next elections. Minority leader demands helicopter crash. US visa ban probe. Majority leader outlines legislative agenda for the second session. External auditor sacked over MIIF audit crisis. The Ghanaian publisher, Natoshi, calls for unity, congratulates Bawumia on his victory. Minority leader demands action on national issues. Ghana loses 11.7 million, $117 million in oil revenue. Audit shock. MIIF complaints to Jubilee House. The publisher, the new publisher, also then bring the jobs you promised. Minority leader chases government. Hold your fire on running mates. Big Wig say it is too early. Mighty 87 show Bawumia love. Okay. Kotoka name on airport to go off. Afenyomakin remain minority leader. We Razak Opoku slams critics. Check. Kotoka International Airport, Accra International Airport, and Kwame Nkrumah International Airport. They are in the airport.
Okay. You see,
Baraka FM.
at times, no, me per se personally, no, naming and renaming, no, meantime, because what is the then yebenya a woman. Yeah, mfaso ben na ebenya wom se o sabi rename no a edi ebi ampontu bi beba anase edi sika income bi beba yanko first ana rename mu a enu na ebe ma ya say sika ana. These are the real issue. But normally no so no, you see omaya onkai o history no, and you are not omaya want to me on who be a fear. You see, Kotoka International Airport. Yepuye airport no na nya sana ni di no ete. When you go to you can go to Wikipedia, when you Google. I see Kotoka International, me Google we share history bi amuma me ketwa bi na me come see Kotoka International Airport was named after Lieutenant General Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka by the National Liberation Council (NLC) in 1969. The Accra International Airport was renamed in his honor following his death in 1967. You see, it means airport no ankasa no ye see ya no na sa airport no din the Accra International Airport. Yeah. But the leader of the coup d'etat, omo amuye coup etu Kwame Nkrumah no, ena womo di ono leader no oye Kotoka no, e change airport no din, eyi Accra no fi ono omo di Kotoka, ena ye Kotoka International Airport. Inti me no, Accra International Airport already no, na sa na anka di no ewo ho. Ena omo change no, here no Kotoka International Airport. But me problem ni say problem a Ghana ye face no. Eye eno na eye problem no. Say ye change din no a ebe solve problem no amayan ana ebia just politicking. If your politics be keke.
Ana ebia ye sisa din na esika bi
ena me cannot say eno na ohwa ena priority sisia. Your priority say sisia dia like Ghana ye no serious.
Omo argue in favor of Accra International Airport no. Say insisa Kotoka ne say. They say Kromha democracy na tino nipa nso odi ku ebeji akonya and say oni military say enka e befa say microphone ade bata.
Omo dey say way bad dia.
Abakwasam de wo ho. Say be say kai say we are celebrating. Sir.
Me man konfo. Say who say because of Onipa yen say democracy is against coup d'etat. Aname wa.
They say against, but yen pese yebe
encourage say bi ahwe we coup na wa ye o. Na ye tro ni din wo ho, but say o democracy, but so far as a democracy agile no, which means so me pese means so ni din bi wo we bi na me soldier ni na me atu mean bi yebe encourage say coup nu normal. And I say the same thing. Because there are a lot of people in Swa. There are a lot of Nemabia. There are a lot of places here. Flight Lieutenant John Rollins. Ayen Nas Nidine o. Matisse Mpose NDC headquarters. Oma start with B. Another B. Ewo voter region. Nikrum. Matisse Oma start with B. Lawrence. But I don't saw the coup nearby first. Indeed, that mean say I don't know.
But say on no different. Even though the coup nearby, but on cyber than is civilian.
Now you see, I can't think of what for Cuba, who we are no than is still civilian. You see, it's other way. Say who you say, oh, be or don't know. Say or the coup nearby, later now by a civilian. And to also that he means say or also say never be say in the into so. Are we also advising people who are brand coup who we are one than is civilian? Ntina yana. You see, I think say never be sano. I don't think say.
In fact, they don't come sound bite be and come be Eddie Bema for, but unfortunately no. It means anti can on time. Civil aviation for or more major in that direction the omoka about similar. Sao kan na omoka. Say edini party emfa any significant benefits say enfam rare but any minimum behind there betimi aha omo pilot any omo because there's a particular code emre bia no omo use say bia obelande a no omo use those code no any na the challenge
eno na me mpo me ka say even when you travel outside me say me ube travel outside wo bag no ya omo di tag bi Omo yenu KIA-ACC. Sana omo yenu. Omo yenu KIA. Normal that's normal ACC. ACC means Accra. Tag no mpo omo di udi ni America so bia. Enye KIA-ACC. Omo yenu just KIA keke. Omo yenu KIA-ACC. What I say? ACC means Accra. So ebi omo Kotoka International Airport Accra. What I say? Intina me ka say naming no say ewo income bi a edi bebreye ewo advantage bi a edi bebreye say ebe attract investment say ebe fine by say just renaming mpo a enu mo mbe cost yende a for me no enye no na yen
priority
adia ehia yen say yan because Matisse say no mpo no say omodi call parliament
parliament
say fa process no fa no at say nia your friend say government di bribi kese bi ba na obedi loan bi na we ebe fa no it means say fa just ndi no ayebe we no say take the whole parliament first reading first reading, consideration, second reading, third reading. There, I mean, and I know say it take time and resources.
But me, the I want to say, me name the entire way particular. Catch the attention because one significant important issue is a majority leader or care about the various bills that are under consideration or care about ECG or care about ECG no say government is now bringing in the private sector to see how they can manage some aspect, not the entire ECG but some aspect. When you know if they should rather be the debate because energy sector issue a confront here, particularly ECG and the position of the government right away from the beginning. But now I say Yanshada and Kasa about the green your friend saying this issue of agri sector and so on. And so there are so many bills or underlines that they are going to consider when they resume in parliament. But Accra International Airport could
you see, and I may make an say some make an one ABR or the others and so can say. And no here this is yana. Ama in school sem you who send scholarship we na omukas omumprove no say ye change di no a scholarship assembly be fine electricity asem na omukan so yem fan ko parliament na yen twese ne na say you are light na ko ndrosa o my light of 3 times so anhuju what you say na eno no ebe solve ana there be enumum na here. These are the real things I mean me who say Argentina we mum na ebe ye share asema ye kai no mum say o share the whole today no ni na no all the media stations no ina no your friend saying Wolf radio TV even print BRN is about this issue na ya kan din ye be yikotoka na ya the Accra e dey ashe no. Look at time everybody be take and what I say. And you see
now my NTA ni I quote because also no he's been an attorney general, he's a politician and also Ghana say bibi kwa ni dia na ebe sadinia ono hu say anka Accra no kwa na say fa batam because Accra no crime for dia nti say bibi kwa na anka enhwehwe Ghana me omo so omo bomodi omo yiro ho aye bibi soronko ema Ghana na emfa bata to celebrate and all the Kumasi kurari emfa to mo mantie no na ye ba na asato aso.
First of all, when we put it in a Baraka perspective, I don't think we can now what I'm trying to say is that look, the government in power can always have some ideas as to what they want to do. I don't think this is part of their manifesto, but it's come up that this is what they intend to do, that they are going to change names. For now, it tells us that the minister would bring a bill to parliament. That being so, then one would assume that there will be opportunity to debate it. And then we would surely, find opportunity to also prevent people, would try and prevent a bill to parliament. Then obviously that bill may have to be debated until eventually a decision will be taken and then the name change will come. And so we stand by to prevent a paper. You see, the Kumasi airport was named after Lasante and we believe that if it were named after a guard chief also in Accra, it would be better. Okay. Otherwise, you look for some prominent guard person who can also have the airport named after him. So we intend to present a paper.
Elatino ono o say the ono hu ni say adibakwa no obeka afa hu ni say yehwa we enka manifesto promise of the NDC ntino no nimbe bia we free na se beba mpo asa ede ko parliament ni anka eno ani kwan no so no but almost no as God done with for no so no almost be present paper and giving suggestions on names that can be used say be change kotoka dia and the appropriate name for them to be used is God done money.
You see I had to say Pepe Nibeka say amfi da shi mai ta ya koma sata What I say or say you fu ya pamo no efi ewiem no say there be oyo before ya pamo no efi be mu no say wakoda no yifu. I say the same problem, which means why you think you are trying to solve a problem, but don't make your solution of the problem breed another problem. Another problem. What I say? I say problem be aribi na ewo ho. Na ukofo eduro no nso ebekum sa yare no se ebesa ma yare foforo. What I say na yet say ukoya na say obaye. You see, when you go to Nigeria, a lot of airports ewo ho. A lot of airports. What I say? I think so. Anka yebeye to say ebia your development planning be ho. Say each and every region we should have one international airport and then the local airport. What I'm trying to say is, you see, your airport to be I don't know, any local flight pena.
Okay. Etmilandi ho.
Only local flights pe. And international airport no flights are able to me fi other countries. What you say?
Like the okay, I'm saying I'm paying quite oko Dubai. Announce say be possible kana wa for more airports. There should be a localized airport. Then you have international.
You see, now anka to say Gan Accra sa Kotoka International Airport. Say no Accra International Airport. Na be a dodo area na baby. Gesa nya land kesiye. Eno no na aye domestic flights. Now here domestic flights. In the domestic flight, you know.
I said within Ghana.
Yes. What you say? Domestic flight within Ghana. But it doesn't mean say that domestic flight no omun to me mba Kotoka International Airport. So far as Ghana muno, for say a domestic flight ofi Takoradi. But all the passengers back Accra. Obetumi ati. But say some flight no beko amanoni di there. Nti na nkasa domestic flight no wo airport no ye there are two indigenous wo ho no. What you say? Na nkasa Kumasi nso ye wo international airport wo na ya ni ya ye no Kumasi International Airport. But say obesama another land be no my local one be no ya no to say otumfo what I say. These are what Ocean Nigerians for omoye. What I say inti say anka ebetumi aye no bibi sa fine, but me worry imponi say wo de ma ti say senia former attorney general kai wo de opa ma parliament enkase okay ya agi atomo ye pese ye di obi a ofi Greater Accra ahimfodo bidin emfa ye amon themselves no po ohiri ben na ye di ni ben so ebe koropo out
edi kan for no say ebi o ha they say there's no any debate on
you are saying it obi so be can say so far as happy you the current chief no obeka send the emfa current chief no obi so be can say debi essentially ye the first upa ma yem sa kwan no ho be ba beti challenges ebeba and who deserve and who doesn't deserve name I say ye nti I think say you see na nka me pese make assembly fa te say nia o ka see looking at the ebinu kasa nyese o pese alfata na o kan but ebinu argument ni say ye jai Kotoka no wo ho so far as democracy ya ye won ma embeye say bia ya aplodo anase ye pese yeah what you say cool makers bibisa no. You see, especially when you come to West Africa, another trend being so sisi a eteki eba yonwa about coup d'etat. But you see, the ordinary person no ono enye whether civilian government or military no na you know ono no share ono ni situation ni economy mu ni social life mu ni nkeka. For example, look at the way the Burkinabes omo upload your friend saying military no. Not because they think say military no you, but omo hu say oba ye no. Omo hu say civilians no omo no yan hu sa solution we ema yen we ya ti say yen hu ahin yen. Into those people no they will think say and the anka soldier mpo ye. What I say anka soldier mpo ye. So even this issue of say ABR whether we are encouraging military or we are not encouraging in military no. And also I want say bebre wo ho. So if for example ye per se ye hu say oh there be military no nye there and they say the civilians no ye practicing democracy no wo mo maye hu say there be democracy no na the best, but how will democracy be the best? It will depend upon our own situation ye wo mu, our economy, about electricity, about education, about what situation ya every citizen numpo on feel say or person or outside. What I say on feel say or person or outside. What I say. So if that will be the situation, but say yema even though kunu say enye Ghana na kunu si ye Burkina Faso, but the news are yet about improvement yet say Kosovo hono one hwe ye na ye obi a ono ti Ghana omu ye youth no no mo so mu say ana kunu mum na what you say. So these are the real situations SSM I don't think say this should be at the SSA the whole nation discussion. Just a person yeti kutukadufi on area Accra.
All right, the news center. See, EcoBank SHC roll out affordable mortgage plan. MTN $2 million coding investment to boost youth employment opportunities. Minister of Communication, any investor no. Yes, cocoa farmers threaten demo over unpaid cocoa arrears. Atoforcing backs World Bank FSRP rice strategy. Government borrowed 44.25 billion Ghana cedi through T-bills in January 2026. The Daily Statesman was in Natoshi the members must rise above factionalism. BTTA president calls for more landfill site to ease waste burden. Cocoa farmers threaten demo over unpaid arrears. NPP is Ghana's singular solution. We Honorable Afenyo Makin, minority leader, declare at the first 2026 sitting of Parliament. Regaining Ghanaians' trust key to NPP comeback. We Honorable Kojo upon Nkrumah. The Daily Gist newspaper says Ghanaians are suffering. Minority cries out. NDC 2028 presidential race. Mahama threatens ministers with dismissal. Hey, Mahama.
A paper bag.
Daily Gist newspaper.
Daily
Gist. Now someone say if go okay, they say party and somebody saying they Omaka say Mahama. Because Fifi go and they said general secretary never any statement in two about it. But the paper is making reference to
Abia asem no anka we kan obi wo Abia obeye headlines no say na be attractive.
Okay.
Anka Abia ye nya first paragraph B of the way na yet ya. On a bit me say whether it is from the president or ana
party.
No Fifi quote asem no na wo mo acheda the ayet say John Mama na waka. Bet me aba no so Abia Your mama no nkasa bi asema e bai waka bia you don't know. Nti ana sa we no aba ho.
Headlines. Yes, headlines. Baumia sweeps votes in 232 constituencies. MPP's 2028 task goes beyond unity upon Nkrumah. Gifty Owari's lawyer rants to Supreme Court over witness statement. NDC government pushes for renaming Kotoka International Airport. MIIF audit crisis deepens. The Republic Press, also minority slams Mahama's government over economy, tout NPP as only credible option. Speaker moves to prove post December 7th public sector dismissals. Yohonu reshuffles police top command. Government to rename Kotoka International Airport. We edit Shuni. Thank you. Yes. Brother Champon say thank you to the Patriots.
You see, all that.
But it was a good in terms of performance, no.
Yeah, Emre, I continue. I don't know if you say watching about because now, I have also want us to delve into the aftermath of the MPP
elections,
parliamentary elections. Let me say, to me, and just
so what we do is next week. Yeah. Hopefully next week you look at it. Yes.
Because when you look at it is good, sir. You see, you see, in every democracy, the whole world, in every democracy, we have two strong parties. Even though we have more than two parties, it is not only in Ghana.
Predominantly two.
It is two. It happens in even in Nigeria. It happens even in US. France. When you go to US, we have the Republicans and then the Democrats. But there are other parties. There are other parties there, but it is only Republicans and democracy. Who call Britain a Labour Party and what do you call it? Labour and the other. Nina, the same thing. So, but you see, the most important aspect of democracy, Emma, at times, we keep the ruling party,
Baraka
in check. You're checking the other party, minority. A minority, whether even NIPA 5, to me, I check the government operations, what you say, because without opposition, credible opposition, then the ruling party, wamu behenia wamu pe. Even though they are majority, they have their way where they will use their number, what you say, to make whether a bill to be passed or whatever they want. But because the minority are there, they will expose them to the public, where the public
we get to know.
They get to know. Until there are a lot of policies the ruling party say one credible opposition we will say the younger, the ordinary citizens majority what you say the real majority the masses say tipe kasa kasa to me my government withdraw all person it happened last year where government tried to is it what something like that criticism no bad too much the government look at these LGBT issues here where even in GS not the syllabus no mu the another thing ashemu but if like it's not the opposition through your friend say the former deputy education minister what you say is it honorable in team Fojo already amukoye afedi womu call GS no mu say no say is it oversight or what you see for say anka credible opposition no new anka when you see so these are the real things say yes MPP when we are talking about the MPP as I said the whole Ghana should also make sure that they support and back MPP say so that we get credible opposition almost strong
keep the government to check
check the government other than that nema bebre wo ebe to me aba fi na the ama yen ordinary your friends citizens and secondly I also applaud the party, applaud the security, and then the what you see our mates say when you look at it, where isn't Natoshi also have come out to congratulate. But the same Natoshi, do you know say in Sauma Nigeria, Oba na Kazongo boys Bruno.
Oh
yes.
Oh okay.
She came. Is this a man to election or not so bad?
Okay, to campaign on behalf of Kenya Japan.
Kenya Japan.
Okay.
Baby, I share you know all Kasano. Seriously, no. Or same equity a Muslim for. Jai. They have to ring the police.
Wow.
To come to the place to escort him to her vehicle, and then she moved. You see, so but I think all the same no we as a party no the na yembra yeden embeshia what I say we have to unite as a party so that we get a strong and credible opposition and then we get a party alternative to the NDC, you know, because even 1 year easy and we have 3 years ahead of us where this government, you know, as I say, say near one can ya Emma Ghanaian for nya trust in them, you know. So one bet to me and the Ghanaians say no. You see, we are matured now in especially democracy where say waka adina 1 year they will punish you.
Oh, say the okay. I would attribute to what I listened to a friend saying, Honorable don't pray.
Yeah.
When we had almost a year of what happened in Parliament. When Tim Hasi at Parliament no more that was yesterday or the third or second.
You apologize for that.
Apologize for that. Even though what Ghanaians were expecting, say, oh, Musi we bet you mason investigation, then yantifi. But now the reminder is that he said no, this should not happen. It should not happen again.
Oh, but they punished him. He was punished.
What was the punishment?
He was
they were suspended. The speaker said they should not come, and then Ayaraga came and pleaded on behalf of his colleagues.
No, but what I know is say no about it, you know. Yeah, there was some committees here. As I say, alternate no more we they withdraw their this thing. Our continents yeah, some period be and son or something.
You know what I mean is that the investigation is almost so obey. No muntimi fa result ni van betujwa. Na Ghana phone say oh we need for any the antefe.
You see,
apart from say bia.
You see, I had to say senia only ubia sebi or no we didn't so. Na or bro de bia what I say. Opushu why it comes to a time be also I didn't hear obey say we no beko. I didn't so ntumi no. So the only thing we busu gidi ni sa ko wa no na waka. What I say though it's not part of it, but there is nothing I can do. You
are pushed to the wall.
I mean caneti and I mean canning what I say and I mean for Johnny. These are the kind of when what I say if they do that time no you take action later no because when we say there be way action way there and yes how situation no na honorable come. So if that will be the case okay yem penina okay me the table be to medi akongwa be table so say na be ya sa vet no ma yenye what you say so it is good also say ana is maturity onyo
that's the angle
so maturity
exactly
our so ono akasa say no ni oye no de na anka
but he wasn't even saying on his personal he was saying it on behalf of the party and who say Kojo upon Nkrumah so until recently no after elections no also in utterances and the way he's carrying himself
especially when you know say UTV and one-on-one with another player. Or so the same thing or apologizing for that incident. What you say. So all the same no I think democracy is better than any other way of running a country. And I think we have to make sure that we also keep it and make sure say we should also follow the teachings and the intent of what democracy, you know.
All right, answer the debate here. Ghanaian Times quickly. Any your friends saying book and research allowance in Sensemi and Sembebri Eba. Ghanaian Times will say at the World Bank Summit, World Government Summit 2026, Africa deserves seat at the global table. President Mahama and all these are some ways to edit to ja.
You see. When we happy with Dubai, make us say, I'm say, my minimum so my view, I'm also.
I think they should finish because on say, oh, we Dubai no Zambia.
Yeah. You see, what we say, they say, Africa, we are of age now. And you see, when you look at the whole continent in the world, Africa is continent and Yankopon we shira Africa. In a way, say, we share all the superpowers non nenke kahua. Ubiara per se or dealing with Africa. Especially when you look at China. You see, China, you know, we share. They are putting more resources, you know, African than any other countries. Not say ABR. Women who say the resources are Africa, what I say? The resources are Africa, whether being our climate, our soil, and the location of Africa, and even the inhabitants, the citizens, the people in Africa, sending them coupon aye neke kahono. Now you say they can't do without Africa. What I say, they can't do without Africa. Until when you look at these superpowers, Rubiara per se, Rubiara colonizing at least part in some part of Africa. What I say, Anglophone. What even the Portuguese for what the Danish. You see, omuni na oma ba Africa. Make a sense, you know, they can't do away with Africa. So, but near Yano say, there are some big group in CB, but ma Africans who say omunso omunya akongwa omu. This what I think say Africa should also fight for that. What I say, Africa, we have to also fight for that. Say no.
Say one thing that will make it easy. Sheikh Efadi Assembly and he say Africans so economically you can face it because the begging mentality we don't even have the chest to be able to stand firm and say because ebi ripa o sereno emrebiano ukwada say be critical untimi nka wadwin because it's like your hand is always in the mouth of those countries.
You see your assembly amuka about divide and rule.
Yeah.
You see, normally, se division wo mo on the confirm.
Yeah.
Any baby, any institution a division no does. Emma
untompo.
You see, Africa countries no are divided too much.
And we are dealing with the international community individually.
What I say?
And Keba as a group.
You see, for example, when you look at Africa, now we share as a continent. Now for United States of America as a continent. You see, United States, you know, it's not countries. Yeah. It's states, but all in the name of United States. Yeah. But when you come to Africa, countries. And near ya woman soon say countries no ubetimi an say country way omoka language way country omoka different language omo official language. Yeah. For example, come to West Africa. When it comes to West Africa, we have about 16 countries or 15 countries. Yeah. Out of it, 4 countries speak English. And 5 countries. One only Liberia come. Yeah. What you say? Nya na Africa. Ode Ghana. Yen left. Yen left ye Côte d'Ivoire, French. Yen right to Togo. Your friend say French. Oko yen top Côte d'Ivoire. Burkina Faso, French. What you say? So Francophone countries ni na asarandi. And yen down so no Gulf of Guinea. What you say? So let's assume say any BA na urban in Keka na French countries here to say they want to one person many Ghana. It is uneasy.
Yeah, very easy.
Very easy. But when you come to Africa, West Africa, the whole West Africa don't put number one state per war. United States.
Yeah.
What I say? Inti wama carve too much. Wama carve too much into no anka odi share about currency. Though I know say inshallah ebia ombeba be bo about ombebo Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Awumia ni policy of digitalization where special currency is concerned. I hope said there is another summit is it which country are omu ye no send ebe ya se fata wo landing na obesendi sika obetumi asendi sika in the dollar pound sterling na abami momo so e wo Ghana in cedi na exchange rate no ateki online online say no that mean say metumi ato ade with Ghana cedi na ewo Nigeria. I don't need to go and buy dollar, send dollar to Nigeria, change it into naira, baby. Menya to ye no amitua with Ghana no. Online no exchange rate not taking place. Now appear in naira. I think it is some egusu do all there. Ebeba be masa problem ni ayenya about especially yen economy no there. And a big problem. And it also solves especially say the government of the day they should try and make sure say instead of us as African sending our raw goods young goods especially agricultural we produce my tongue raw state but you better me processing or Ghana and sana
out.
Nti
cocoa, for example, chocolate.
Ghana, a situation where Ghana cocoa shouldn't be exported rawly, but yem processing and sana You see, when you process in the country, it generates what employment
job.
It's a great job. And until Ebema. The moment that we are processing, you add value. What I say, inti bia cocoa no anka obeton no cheap no. What I say, esa say we processing no kakra no ebe ma why den. Ne price no ebe cost no kakra. I think as we go on, maybe let's look at what these politicians also will do in what they told us in their manifestos.
All right, the last one I expect last one any this issue of strike by lecturers across the universities for instance book and research allowance because I'm saying why I didn't want to say no aban pese also eviom ya tuamu but then nyina na won sanka nti no man ti Dr. Graham emphasized.
As a matter of fact, at the last negotiations, they requested that we declare deadlock, and we did. And once we've declared deadlock and we've sent it to National Labour Commission, it is before the National Labour Commission. And when we have declared deadlock and the matter is before National Labour Commission, I am surprised that they are on strike. I'm expecting National Labour Commission to take up this matter, and then we will handle these issues according to the law and according to the policy.
Yes, we any Dr. Graham. What to say? The issue is still at the Fair Wages Commission. Into no no anyone want say Abana say omo declare strike. Na Ghana for so no say we say anamu so ade allowance nsuntina enye say bia mokitua o na allowance ntina. Oh, you see at times
number one kasa I don't know why politicians, the only language they understand is strike. Like catch politicians say me pay way. Now one year.
I bet me the amount so.
I bet me the amount now one year. Oh, they cost strike. I know they obeti. That is the only language politicians they understand. I don't know echo maso. Inti ama these unions, these your friends say sectors. The only thing I mean is quite is abofra. Ono wama awofo na hu se wama ma abofra na tia se ono do opia de no ma mo nsu what ya senti abofra no de ato the team so me ma me de se mi su a obetoto ofe no ma me cousin de tofi na se wan to ama me na mi su a o sika o ni sika o baby obenya sika no akototo ofe no obene or the beba you see I at times no whether it's allowance whether it's what is it due for them finish. Say ya dear say yama woman, then why the delay us? Yes, what is there? My and will be better not baby say now salary to you not say allowance. Allowance but I want India. Say I made it and it's a month for mammy. And almost mommy allowance no just for free. Yeah. But it is because of something.
Yeah.
It's because of
research.
Yes, it's because of research and books and and I didn't also say or without research and books no. Ontimi ye na adwuma no a wo say wo tua no no.
Ontimi ye.
Nea wo say wo ma no salary ntua wo say wo ya tua no salary adentina because of allowance and ayan ye den. Oh yes I know. But that allowance is meant for books and research. Yeah. And on that particular lecture no so no adia obekire mofra no a wo tua no so no what are those students no all chere wade no without research in the books no so ontumi chere wade. Yeah. The identity na because we just allowance. Inti to me no there normally when I see people criticizing them say oh na I don't know ya tua salary ya tua we na allowance inti na we say no na me hu so nipa ko no so say your friend say because they say senior oba your theory bi wo usul al-fiqh mu Arabic we mu jurisprudence mu say ma lam yatim al-wajib illa bihi fa huwa wajib yasi ma lam yatim al-wajib illa bihi fa huwa wajib o si adia ehia pano aye peno se biribi wo ho ase saade no yanya saade no nso enyama no ende saade kitwa no a unu se ehia bia no nso akoya ade a ehia your friend say yesi dia for example what for say fire and energy ye di nu aduane enya biribiara but what kopa aduane a eye biribiara a wo di be yankwan ni na yeset na sa eja no amba na se aduane no ntumi ndane aduane a ende ma ade a ehia no dane ade a ehia what you say say me betradi na I have to do research
answer na ma betradi no
answer na ma betradi a wo se utua me because of adichere nti ade no mi salary no a utua no uhunu se eno no by force say utua but uhunu se allowance nya by force but say allowance no so no eno na ebetumi amama ya ade a obetua me ade by force na ma allowance no to become by force what you say because without it no I cannot accomplish my work. So if without it I cannot accomplish my work, then that one also become force. Yeah. What you say? Whether it is salary, whether it is whether it is allowance. So far as a kahuna obe to me achira and the allowance no say by force.
Enti na no we you say political kai no. And we say how no do say allowance na ready.
I ready. You see. Okay, anka nani na nsa wo de enye ndro. Anka nani na nsa wo frɛ wo kyerɛ wo say I ready ah. Anka ndro no.
Therefore, I'm saying Jumedin Ahane to be see a call for a short break. Yaba, near call for our interview section.
Baraka FM.
La la,